Hey, what's up, everybody? Steve Schwartz here from LSAT Unplugged, joining you today to share what separates students in the 160s from those hitting 170 and beyond. My goal with LSAT Unplugged is to help you get the highest LSAT score possible. Typically, we're looking to help students break into the 170s and beyond through live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video lessons, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching with both me personally, as well as members of my team. Click the link below to book a call to find out more about how we can help you out. Now, before we get into what separates those in the 160s from those hitting 170 and beyond, we've got to look at what separates those in the 150s and below from those hitting 160s and above. Typically, if a student, in my experience, if they're hitting 150s or lower, they're lacking something major in their foundation, and they need to review the fundamentals for every section and every question type. I don't mean to be harsh, but that's just the reality of it, given how many questions those students are typically getting wrong. And also you got to consider that those who are even getting some questions right there, a lot of those are lucky guesses when they were down between two choices. They sometimes got them wrong, sometimes got them right. And you've really got to look at everything giving you trouble, both those that you were getting wrong and those you were getting right, but they could have just as easily gone the other way. So 150s and below, I'm going to recommend a thorough review of all the fundamentals. It is too early to be taking full-length time practice tests. The results are often going to be discouraging in that situation. I recommend instead reviewing my on-demand video lessons covering the basics. Sure, you could join live classes, but you might find them a bit overwhelming, and you'll get a lot more out of them if you already have some familiarity with that section and that question type and the proper approach from which to view each. Now, if you've broken into the 160s, congratulations, you're in a pretty good place. You are applying the strategies consistently, but you likely still have some weak areas worth focusing on. Maybe they're grouping logic games. Maybe they're LSAT necessary assumption questions in logical reasoning, or maybe they're a certain kind of reading comp passage, whether it's a science passage or the dual comparative passages. You're going to want to review the fundamentals in those particular areas. You are already in a good point to be doing live classes and maybe some small group coaching, but you're also going to want to make sure that you target your weak areas and shore up the fundamentals in those key areas. Now, if you've broken into the 170s, if you've hit 170 or above, congratulations, you are in the top 3% of test takers. You likely have a strong foundation in every section and every question type, and you may not be noticing any trends in what you're getting wrong, and that's okay. At this point, you're probably getting questions wrong, not because of a lack of understanding of a certain question type or the proper approach, but rather just because they're hard questions. You're probably getting the questions wrong that are level 4, level 5. You're down to 2 choices. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. And so you're going to want to engage in a detailed review of every question that you get wrong or have difficulty with using the Socratic review method that I cover in depth in my courses. I'll give you a taste of it in a link below this video to just give you a brief walkthrough on YouTube of what it looks like. But that's what we cover in depth in our classes, in our coaching, whether it's small group coaching or one-on-one coaching. We aim to show you how to review better, because that's the most valuable thing you can do at this point to get out of the 160s. If you're at 168, 169, we can certainly help you out, breaking you into the 170s and beyond, ideally at least 175, because, hey, it's going to help you out more. And also because you want to have a buffer in case anything goes off on test day with a weird proctor or something like that. So that's what we're aiming to help you do at that point. And of course, at the 170s, you're in a pretty good place. Don't get discouraged if you're not seeing trends. That's okay. I do find, however, that students who break into the 170s and hit 170 or above, they're typically getting perfect on logic games, maybe -1, but they're losing their points primarily on logical reasoning and reading comprehension, probably due to the perceived ambiguity of the language in those question types, whereas logic games is a bit more cut and dry, a bit more mathematical. Could it go the other way? Of course, but it's very rare for someone to get perfect on reading comp and several wrong on games. It's usually the opposite when they're in that 170 plus range. So anyway, folks, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really helps that YouTube algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like my support, my team support, and you are already in the 160s or above, please click the link below to book a call with us. We'd love to help you out. And if you're the 150s or below, that's okay. We're not leaving you out in the cold. We're going to recommend that you start with our on-demand video lessons covering the basics, and then help you break into the 160s so that when you're there and you want our support, we'll be here to help you out. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.